I have officially not eaten any Taco Bell since our last podcast.
Hi, everybody. We're back.
Hey, everyone. We are back.
Nice to see all 5 of you again.
Mark doesn't have any sound coming out of his mouth for some reason.
Uh-oh.
What's that you talking about?
What? Are you trying to do a ventriloquist?
I said I don't know what you mean.
So, Dan, tell us about your fun cruise experiences.
We made it home, and then we took off we went on a 6-day cruise to Cabo and Ensenada. And, oh, man, we had a blast. So much fun.
I heard a little birdie told me that you had some kind of an incident on the ship that had to do with a fork. I don't know.
Did I see something on the news, or was there something?
No. Well, I heard it was Dan.
Oh, yeah.
No comment. Hey, it's Dan from the Non-Influencers. I'd like to welcome you aboard the Carnival Panorama. They got a little saying, Carnival, you got an itch, scratch it. Yeah.
Also, there was somebody on the news.
Apparently, you're only supposed to use the forks for eating. But if you got an itch, they might scratch it.
Well, my question is,
wait, what?
So after you scratch your foot with a fork, do you just proceed to go about eating after that?
I would never do that. Well, There's not in a million years would I ever think of doing that.
I mean, look, if it was a spoon, maybe. Right. But a fork?
Yeah.
It's got pricklies on it.
And a knife would just be flat out criminal. I'm on 3 weeks vacation right now. We took off and went to Phoenix for the first part of the first week to go check out the new Bucky's in Arizona, which, you know what? As far as a company goes, dude, I'm telling you, they hate you. I mean, they got people going in and out of that joint, buying their food, lined up out the door. Let me tell you what happened. So we bought my kid a bathing suit from Bucky's, and then we went to the hotel, and the bathing suit was, it was made wrong. It was defective. So we thought, okay, no problem. We'll take it back, and it shouldn't be any issue exchanging it, right? So we had the receipt and everything. Went back to Bucky's and talked to the lady. She was, oh, yeah, just get a new one. No problem. Swap it out. And go to swap it out. Then they have to have the assistant general manager, Frank, come over and approve everything. No, he said, sorry, you're out of luck. Too bad. Nothing we can do. Yeah. I'm like,
what?
Hey, I'm not looking for a refund. I'm just looking to get this thing exchanged because it's defective. And they wouldn't do it. Didn't do a darn thing. I'm talking to the assistant general manager, and I'm like, if you can't do anything about this, is your position really necessary? I think we can cut some jobs out of the budget here, because if you can't do anything, we don't need you. Yeah, so they go, well, you have to contact Buckys.com. They wouldn't do nothing. And I'm like, all right, well, what are you going to do? So we went, I contacted, my wife sent off an email to Buckys.com. I sent off an email to Buckys.com. Here it is 2.5 weeks later, and still haven't heard a darn thing from Bucky's. They could care less about you.
Well, did you hear that Bucky's is also suing some there's like a little tiny place, and I forget what they're even called, but they have a little squirrel as their mascot, and they've been there for years. And Bucky's is like, we're going to sue you because you stole our mascot. And it's like, it doesn't even look the same. Yeah, it's insane. Bucky's, come on.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Give the little guy a break. So how did your week go, Mark?
Oh, I had a pretty good week. Well, a couple of weekends ago, we went to Kansas City, and I took my daughter to a Forrest Frank concert. He's like a Christian artist. He's really big. Okay. He's really big.
Is he the one that you did the little musical thing to?
Yeah.
When you were singing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that and he does a couple other songs that like my daughter's crazy about him, so we went to see
Wait,
him
wait.
and
The question I have is, was she as crazy about him as you are about Taylor Swift?
oh, there's no contest. No,
I didn't think
absolutely
so.
not. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I'm very, very passionate about how I feel about Taylor Swift.
We all know this, Mark. We all know this.
Yeah. And then we went to Buc-ee Family Camp, which
Is
is
that Buc-ee family? Oh, that's your wife.
that's my
Because I was
wife's
Oh,
thinking,
okay.
maiden
I'm still in Bucky's mode. So when you say Berkey, I'm thinking Bucky's. I didn't know
No,
there was a
I was
Bucky's
thinking the
family
same.
camp.
completely
We go to
different.
Bucky's family camp.
No brisket sandwiches there. My wife's all her brothers and sisters get together
Yeah.
and we spend the whole entire weekend at their farmhouse out in the middle of Kansas.
Wait. Time out. So basically, you're saying you spent a lot of time out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Are there tornadoes?
I have a question.
There weren't this time.
Dan's got a question.
Wait. I have a question. I couldn't help but notice the beard. By any chance, did you guys build a barn?
We did not. And I get your Kansas tornado reference, Robbie.
Yes.
I did not have to click my heels together. There was no.
Now, did you guys know that Arnold Schwarzenegger was in that movie, Wizard of Oz?
Oh, really?
Really?
Yes.
Like the
Yeah,
new
he
one?
actually. Yeah. Well, no, the old one. He
Oh.
played Dorothy.
Is far, far away, behind the moon, beyond the rain, somewhere over the rainbow.
Arnold
Oh.
Schwarzenegger played Dorothy
Yes.
in The Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
That's
But that's not when
amazing.
you were there. That he filmed that way before you guys were there.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell a quick Disney story here. Because one of the craziest things that ever happened to me when I worked on Haunted Mansion, because I worked on that ride, is that I was working in well, it's kind of like the tower position. So basically you're just sitting there, you're watching all the monitors of making sure everybody's doing the right thing. And I'm going to give away a Disney secret like nobody knows, but just in case you don't know, if you don't want to know how they do the stretch room, then just go past this part because I'm going to reveal it. It's an elevator. Anyway, so every so often the elevator would just do some weird things. And I remember this one time, the guy who was working the elevator was a really good friend of mine, but he was a little kooky. He was a little off. He was a great guy, and I won't say his name, but he was a little off. And he's working inside there. Now I'm in the tower, so I can watch the little video and I can see inside the elevator because there's a camera in there they can watch. Well, the elevator gets stuck. And when it gets stuck, that means it takes like a half an hour to go back up. So it's stuck at the bottom and so I'm watching. So all the guests have already gone and you're supposed to just ride it up and get the next guest. Well, this thing's creeping up like just barely. And I'm watching the video and all I see is him like pacing around and going like this. And then he lays at the bottom. He's just laying there and he's looking up. He's just like, it is hilarious. And I don't know, it was funnier watching it than it was saying it.
My dear guests, I am Mr. Rock, your host. Welcome to Fantasy Island.
When we were on the cruise, Carnival saw my shirt and saw me passing out some magnets and stuff. And then I don't know who he was, bigwig, whatever. But he was nice enough to set up a location or get us a private area where we can meet and greet some fans and do a little filming. So that was really cool. And check it out.
Hey, it's Dan from Not Influencing. So we're finishing our last day of this wonderful Cabo cruise we've been on. Been talking to some people on board the ship, passing out a few things, putting magnets and whatnot on doors. And the cruise line's been kind enough to say, hey, you know what, why don't we set up a little area where we can meet and greet some people? And we thought, hey, what a great idea to spread the word about the podcast. So we got some merch here and freebies to give away, and let's meet some fans.
Three hours later.
Awesome.
Did
That
work?
was my favorite part of the cruise.
Yeah. Also, I want to give a
Well-
shout out to my kid PJ. She's the first person on this
Yes.
vlog to get sacked.
Yes, she was hired for a job and she could not do the work.
Didn't pull it off. Nope.
That's how we
Gave
roll,
you-
guys. If we ask you to do something to help us out on our blog and you can't do it, you're fired.
One job.
So you were going to talk about Adam the Woo.
Yeah, Adam the Woo. I don't know if any of our 5 subscribers or I'll tell you, you know what? That's not fair. Our 130 subscribers, you guys are awesome. We just have 5 of you that are fans. But anyways, pioneer of the YouTube world. If it wasn't for people like Adam the Woo doing what he did, then we probably wouldn't be doing what we're doing here right now. I mean, the guy was exceptional. He was a true genius in the way he filmed things and put things together. He told a story that just captivated you and kept you interested in some of just the dumbest things that he did. But we were fortunate enough to meet Adam opening day for the Disneyland 70th anniversary in the park. And what a huge treat to get to meet the guy and shake his hand. And unfortunately, he passed away December 22nd of last year. So Adam's no longer with us, but big shout out to Adam, man. Awesome guy. I'm glad we got to meet him. He was just as awesome in person as you see on the video. You know, what you see is what you got. There was no 2 different people. So yeah, thanks, Adam. Appreciate it, man.
And thanks, Adam.
Yeah.
And the big difference between Adam the Woo and us is that when Adam the Woo would tell stories, people were captivated.
Yeah. Yeah, us, they just changed the channel. Last episode, we did a little tribute to Randolph Mantooth, who played John Gage on Emergency 51. So, fortunately,
One of my heroes.
one of the best shows ever on TV. I still love it, and I can watch it over and over and over again. But it was really cool because when we got on the ship in Long Beach, California, the fire station was where they filmed the outside scenes is right by there. So we were able to take advantage of that and go over there.
Station 51.
Hey guys, it's Dan from the Non-Influencers. We recently lost one of our favorite television stars, Randolph Mantooth. Last week in our last episode, we did a tribute to Randolph just to say thanks for all the great memories and the show that we love so much. And what's so special about the show now is that it shows us places we grew up around or we hung out at, on location places that we were all familiar with as kids. As part of the tribute, today you'll never believe where I'm standing at. Right in front of the Station 51 firehouse that was used in the television series and became so famous. Until next time, have a good one. Godspeed, Randolph Mantooth. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you watching. Again, a big shout out to Adam the Woo. Thanks, buddy. Subscribe. Appreciate you watching. Thanks again to Adam the Woo. Wasn't for guys like him, this wouldn't be possible. And as always, don't forget, there goes the Monterey.